Romans 13 and 1. Romans 13 and 1. That doesn't happen. I know I was a bad little young brother. My mother whooped me so long, and then she took a break. And then even gave me some juice to energize me for some more running. It got back on me. That was something else. I'll never forget that. But I learned from it. Because what I did not do no more.
There you go. Right. Right.
13 and 1. Romans 13 and 1. When you get there, go ahead and read it.
Let every soul be subject unto the higher power. For there is no power but of God.
The only power it is the power of God. Go ahead and read.
The powers that be are ordained of God.
Ain't that something? The powers that be, they are ordained by God. Go ahead and read.
Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of God.
Go ahead.
And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
You understand that? Yeah. Go ahead and read.
For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil.
Police ain't going to bother you as long as you got good works.
There you go.
Lord ain't going to allow them to screw with you. As long as you keeping the law, police ain't going to pull you over. I understand that you mess with some people, but who knows what they done did against God.
That's right. There you go, bro.
You don't know why the Lord allowed them to go upside their head.
That's right.
But the Lord set them up. He going to tell you, go ahead and read.
Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power?
And I am scared of the police.
Okay.
Let me see a light behind me. I get to looking for things that ain't even got. Am I all right? Checking my pocket and everything. Go ahead and read.
Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same.
And as long as you're doing good, even if you get a good driving record, they even send you a little certificate.
Right,
you have drove good for
right,
10 years.
right.
Take this car. Go ahead and read.
4. For he is the minister of God to thee for good.
And he's a minister to them for good, because sometimes you have to call them because somebody trying to do some wrong to you.
That's right. Right.
Go ahead and read.
But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid. For he beareth not the sword in vain.
They ain't got them guns for nothing. You do good. Don't do nothing wrong. Go ahead and read.
For he is the minister of God.
He is a servant of God. Because sometimes the Lord used people to do his business. Didn't he use Nebuchadnezzar? Didn't he say that was his servant?
That's right. That's right.
Go ahead and read.
A revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil.
Go ahead.
Wherefore ye must needs be subject, not only for wrath, but also for conscience
But
sake.
for conscience sake. Got to remind you, you got to have a clean conscience. You got to know that you straight. Go ahead and read.
For this cause pay ye tribute also. For they are God's ministers, attending continually upon this very thing.
Go ahead.
Render therefore to all their dues. Tribute to whom
Because
tribute is
the brother going to tell me, well, you don't have to pay taxes. Is you out of your mind?
That's right. That's right.
Right.
Federal government say I got to pay taxes. I'm going to pay taxes.
That's right. That's right.
Because they're going to get it one way or another.
That's right.
You wake up and all your stuff outside your house, you done bought.
That's right.
Why? Because you didn't pay tax.
Right.
That's right.
Go ahead and read.
Tribute to whom tribute.
Uh-huh.
Custom to whom custom. Fear to whom fear. Honor to whom honor. Owe no man anything but to love one another.
And you got to love one another, sisters and brothers. Go ahead and read.
For he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law.
And when you love another, you have fulfilled the law. Because love is the keeping of the commandments, sisters and brothers. So you have fulfilled the law. Go ahead and read.
For this thou should not commit adultery.
And then where do we go? We go straight back to the law, right?
That's right. That's right.
Go ahead and read.
Thou should not kill. Thou should not steal. Thou should not bear false witness. Thou should not covet. And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
And that is all you have to do, sisters and brothers. Love one another. Love people how you want people to love you.
That's right.
You don't want nobody to do no wrong to you. You don't do no wrong to nobody else. It's that simple.
Absolutely.
And the Lord should instruct you how you don't do no wrong to nobody in his laws and in his commandments, sisters and brothers.
Right.
It's just simple. It's not rocket science. That's why he said he give instructions to the simple.
That's right.
You don't have to be no brainiac to know this, sisters and brothers. It is simple. Just do what God says do.
That's right.
Go ahead and read.
10. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
Go ahead.
And that knowing the time, that now is. I'm so,
Go ahead.
I'm
Take your
sorry.
time, brother. It's all right. Go ahead.
And that knowing the time that now it is high time to wake out of sleep.
You got to wake up out of that sleep, sisters and brothers. Go ahead.
For now is our salvation nearer than we will believe.
And you better believe that, sisters and brothers. Salvation is nearer than what you think.
That's right.
Just look about what's going on today.
That's right.
Just look at, man, we are seeing prophecy being revealed right before our eyes.
That's right.
This thing is coming to a head, sisters and brothers. You better observe, you better watch, and take heed to what is happening, and draw near to your God. Go ahead and read.
The night is far spent. The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness.
Now you come on out of this darkness. Walk in the light. It's time that we as a people come out of this darkness.
That's right.
Go ahead and read.
And let us put on the armor of light.
And you have to put on this armor of light. And that armor, sisters and brothers, is walking in God's commandments and in his law. That is the light that people have to see to you. Because when people look at you, sisters and brothers, they should see something. Don't you know you are representing God? You are a people that is representing God, and people should see a distinct difference between you and everybody. You are a representative of God, sisters and brothers.
Right.
Let's go, let's show you. Let's go to 1 Peter, the 2nd chapter. You have to understand, this is no joke no more. Never was a joke. But you better take heed to this. The Lord is expecting you to do something, sisters and brothers. Lord have chose you to carry out a job. And you got to keep this law of that land. You cannot get around this, sisters and brothers. I don't care how much you try to sugarcoat this thing, you're going to keep this law of the land. If you're going to be a servant of God.
That's right.
Verse 9. 1 Peter 2 and 9. Go ahead and read.
But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people.
See, you're a chosen generation now, man. You know, you're a royal priest. You are the representative of God. You're supposed to administer the word to the people.
Right.
Go ahead and read.
That you should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
You know, he done called you out of this darkness into his marvelous light, unto his word. But he had called us a priesthood. All he's doing is giving our job back that he gave to Israel in the beginning. That's all he's doing.
Right.
Let's look at it. We're going to deviate for a second. Let's go to Exodus, the 19th chapter. All we doing is going back to do the job that the Lord told us to do when he brought the church up out of Egypt. He said, you're a royal priesthood, right?
That's right.
Let's see what he told Israel when he brought them up out of Egypt. Exodus 19, and we're going to pick it up at verse 3. Exodus 19 and verse 3. 19 and verse 3. Exodus 19 and 3. Go ahead and read.
And Moses went up unto God, and the Lord called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel,
Go ahead.
Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians.
Because the Lord, he brought Israel up out of Egypt with a strong hand. He showed Pharaoh that he was the man. He was the one that's calling the shot. And he broke them down. And he didn't finish till he killed them all. His whole army. Go ahead and read.
And how I bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself.
You go ahead.
Now therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then you shall be a peculiar treasure unto me.
Now you are a royal priesthood to them. And back then, if they would have obeyed and kept his commandments, they said right here, you're going to be a peculiar treasure, right? Go ahead and read.
Unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine, and you shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and holy nation.
So all you doing is doing what the Lord commanded his people to do in the beginning. I mean, see what we were supposed to do as a people, sisters and brothers. We were supposed to give all the other nations the word of God.
That's right.
But what happened is we stopped serving the true and living God and went serving their God. And that's when the problem came in. Because God say he is a jealous God.
Name is jealous.